monster. He's been winning everything down at Salem, so we're going to get to talk to him at 8 o'clock. So, hey, Seth Apple says, no eyes are better than cameras. I don't know. I mean, like I said, hit me up on here. Let me know what you think. Should NASCAR go to the camera system, or should they keep it the way it is? I don't. I mean, personally, like I said, I don't know how you cheat on pit road, but hey, then again, I could be wrong. I guess they're wanting to make sure nobody's over the wall too early, and that type of thing. But why you would put a stigma on that? I don't know how you get over the wall. But Joe Sackman says NASCAR should figure out how to put on a more interesting race instead. That's another thing. I think there's way too many big tracks. They've forgotten the short track, as these short tracks are going under everywhere. It's just it's crazy. Hey, Jonathan Brown, right on, the DuBois in the house. Love it. That reminds me. Congratulations, young man. You're on your way down to the Sid White Memorial Race. And those of you that don't know about that, that's coming up in February, I do believe. And it's going to be an awesome time. You run in teams. It's a 4-hour endurance race. And, man, the instructor, Tyler Agan, has chosen none other than our DuBois, Jonathan Brown, to be one of his team drivers. They said his dad said, "Hey, I want a young guy that's deserving, that's a hard worker, that is an up and comer to be on this team." And they chose Jonathan Brown. And I can tell you right here, ladies and gentlemen, there is no better choice on the planet than Jonathan Brown. Nobody has worked harder, has endured more than this kid. He pays for his own racing, all of it. And it's just a fascinating story. And if you ever get a chance to meet Jonathan, you'll love him. He's a great kid, and he's got a wonderful story to tell. And it's no BS. I mean, he's been through more in his young career than most of us ever have in our entire careers. I can tell you that. So congratulations, Jonathan. I couldn't think of a better guy and more deserving to get that nod than you, for sure. And that's February 14th and 15th. So cool stuff. I love to see Northwest guys, getting the nod. So Big Al's, I went over that. The Motorsports Foundation, that's going to be September 8th. Cottage Grove Speedway. Joey Saldana in a cage cart. If you can get tickets, you would better start now because, as the Rocket, Ronnie Cox will tell you, they're going to be hard to come by once this thing gets rolling. I mean, you better get them now. Dan Watkins, all the way over from Eastern Washington. Awesome. Wes Snow. Hey, Wes, want to give you a big shout-out, man. That was touching about your brother. Prayers are with you, man. All I know is if he's anything like you are, Snowman, he was a heck of a guy. So I hope everything's going good with that. Wes Snow tuning in. He's all the way from back east. He's part of our UAS guys. He's an awesome guy. He was out at the the Holiday Classic, and he can flat turn the wheel. I wish he could be out here for the BK. That would be really awesome. So Cottage Grove is an IMCA sanctioned track for 2015. That's great. The Return of the World of Outlaws, September 9th. That's going to be down there. I want to give a shout-out to Nick Durbin. He's having a big swap meet, yard sale, and racers market. He has them quite often. You'll check him out on Facebook. It's at Meridian, Idaho, at the Speedway. So at Meridian Speedway in the front parking lot. And matter of fact, that's going to be on Buddha Day, January 31st from 12 to 5. So if you have race parts that you want to, get rid of, wheels, whatever, bring them. It's right at the front parking lot of the Meridian Speedway. What a cool place to have it. And that's Nick Durbin's swap meet, yard sale, and racers market coming up on January 31st, 12 to 5. So bring your wallet and look for some good deals. Really, some good deals. Dick's in the house, right on, kicking and listening. I hope your shopping went well, even though it was at the alignment shop. But hey, you got to shop somewhere, right? Like I said, I want to give a shout-out to Marketing at Full Speed with Anna Marie. You guys need to check out this website. It's the place to go for all your sponsorship needs. She's got all kinds of free information, forms. I mean, you name it. if you're wanting to seriously learn about sponsorship, that's a website you need to go to. She's on Facebook, or you can check her out at marketingatfullspeed.com on the web. She's going to be here on the Northwest Race Report February 25th, and she's going to be here for an hour to answer all your sponsorship questions, things you can do, different, techniques, strategies, all the cool stuff that you need to get that attraction factor for your sponsorship hunt. Great, going to be a great show. You definitely don't want to miss that. I mean, I'm telling you right now, you don't. All right, so we got some results. Quickly, we got about 10 minutes, so you just joining in. Our Ford Cook Designs in the seat guest tonight is going to be none other than Danny the King Cahill. Looking forward to having him on the show. But Slideway Saturday last weekend, the 2-day show. I've got the night events, so let's roll through those really quick. In the open cage, 27 cage carts were there. Great turnout for the Slideway Saturday night race. And the win, I tried to get her on the show, but I couldn't get a hold of her. So I thought I was gonna get a chance to talk to Mackenzie Thompson, who won it, but I couldn't get a hold of her. So we'll move that on down the line. Maybe we'll get a hold of her later on, and if she's listening, maybe give us a call in after 8:15 or so, and we'll still try to get you on the show. Otherwise, Mackenzie Thompson was your winner. Tyler Thompson was second. Scott Fox was third. Jeffrey Hudson fourth. Briley Pompey was fifth. Another female phenom, Casey Starr, was sixth. Jake the Snake, after a little bit of a hiatus, he was seventh. Taylon Roberts, another female phenom, was eighth. Dustin Pence was ninth. The Duke Johnson, hey Pilgrim, he was 10th. Brendan Waterman 11th. The Wizard Ron Osborne was 12th. Renee Angel 13th. Corey Hazen was 14th. Kyle Miner was 15th, and Megan Fitch, another female phenom, was 16th. How about all those females in there? They're starting to get after it, man. Hey, my man Aaron, Speed Racer Stanford in the house. Right on. Thanks for tuning in, Aaron. Love it, man. So that was the open cage. We move on to the micro 600s. Nick Thornhill was your winner. Lindsey Barney, another standout female. She was second. Theo McCarty was third. Dan Spear. Now, Dan Spear, a lot of you know that follow the normal Slideway Saturday one-day show. He's a Yamaha KT light and heavy driver. He was fourth. Alyssa Piles was fifth, and Jacob Tupper was sixth. In the Micro 250s, it was Evan Manasco, your winner. Jeff Marshall was second, and Jennifer Marshall third. Another female phenom. Wow. I love to see all the females getting after it. And once again, winning the mini stocks. Another Crystal Flath wins the mini stocks. Doug Pirtle was second. Cody Jones was third. Then we have Pam Duddles was fourth. Don Duddles was fifth. Sixth was Dale Holland. Eddie Farnes was seventh. And Mike Steele eighth. In the ninth spot was Kylie Pagel. Micro restricted. Casey Smith took P1. Alyssa Piles was second. Tegan Fisher third. Bailey Jean Suchich was fourth. And Colby Thornhill rounded out the top five. In dwarf, Danny Alton was first. Scott Dory, man, Scott Dory goes back a ways. Old Portland Speedway guy. Used to run, I think he ran limiteds and street stocks. Good to see Scott Dory back behind the wheel of a dwarf car. Rebecca Parsons was third. Fourth was Gary Brogan. Don Jenner, another name, if you remember the Jenners from Portland Speedway. Lots of them. Doug Jenner, Don Jenner, a whole bunch of them. Old Portland Speedway vets. He was fifth. And, man, I haven't seen this guy in probably over 20 years. I used to race with him down at Willamette Speedway. Great guy. His name is Kurt Zelmer. Haven't seen Kurt in forever. Good to see him back behind the wheel of a race car. And Pro 4, Terry Ferrando. The Ferrandos, who own the Pro 4s, was first. Zach Ferrando was second. Lincoln Caldwell was third. Tim Ferrando was fourth. Rick Wagner fifth. And sixth was Megan Ferrando. And then we had a couple of the KT Heavy guys. We have four of them show up there for the two-day show. And the win went to none other than Chuck Jones. He's an up and comer. He bought the old I think it was Devin Patterson's or Jerry Patterson's old Yamaha setup, and he's been fast. Been sharing that with shifter standout Dana Ward, so they've been killing it in the Yamaha class. Andy Penfold was second. Corey Penfold was third. Corey, of course, everybody knows Corey. He's the Willamette Speedway announcer. He was third, and fourth was Alex Perth. So that rounded out the Salem Speedway night part of the show. I'm going to work on trying to do a better job of getting the day stuff. I got to find a reporter, or I'm going to have to get down there myself, but bear with me. I'll get that going on. Monroe, they had their weekly series on Sunday, the WHR sponsored event, and Kid Cart went to Brooklyn Constance. She's been killing it. Can anybody beat Brooklyn Constance? I don't know. Might have to put a bounty on Brooklyn Constance. She has been killing it in the Joe's Race Products machine. Junior 1 went to Tyler McLeod. KT Light went to Trey Sparks. Trey Sparks, you sprint car guys know Trey, I'm sure. He went over to Australia, had his little round over there. Don't know how it went, but I'm sure hopefully it was worth the trip for Trey. But he won KT Light. Keith Wickard won KT Heavy. Alex Santel won the Open. He's coming back. Alex Santel can wheel. And Dallas Melby won the Pro Open. Now, I want to give a big shout-out to Jared Storr. He was in a pretty good little mix-up on Sunday and tore up his ankle pretty good. And those of you know Jared Storr, he's from Area 51 over there in Spokane, and he's got a 250 that he's going to be running for the BK. So hopefully his ankle is fine. Nothing's broken, thank goodness. My in-the-field reporter, none other than the Rocket, Mr. Ronnie Cox, who get me these Monroe results. Appreciate that, Rocket. He also was at the hospital, said nothing's broken, and it's going to be sore and day-to-day, but he should be there. It was his brake foot. So, hey, he's fine. He should be able to run the Buddha. You don't need brakes at the Buddha, right? Everybody says, I don't even use the brakes. So there you go. Jared Storr should be good to go. Area 51 going to be in the house. I'm sure of that, because everybody knows you don't need a brake foot. All you need is the right one. Well, that's what they say anyway. So I guess we'll go with it. At least I will. Right, Iron Man? I mean, you don't use the brakes, do you? I don't think the Iron Man. Well, maybe he does. I don't know. But I say anybody that says they don't use the brakes is a liar. But hey, I mean, I'm just saying. So that's kind of the that kind of gets you up to date on kind of what's going on in the house. Boy, I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe, I don't know. But let me see here. No, I think we're good. Kind of. It's okay, Scott McDowell. I asked. You were busy. I should have maybe been down there to get him anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Oh, yeah. This Saturday night, I know a lot of you are going to be at Salem anyway for the Slideway Saturday One-Day Show, which, if you're tuning up for the Buddha, you need to be there. But ice racing going on. And our own Chuck Newton, Uncle Chuck, is going to take the Uncle Chuck's ride, and he's got it all decked out in his studs and everything. And so we've got that going on. And so the ice race is coming on this Saturday, and we got the King, Danny Cahill, going to be coming on 8 o'clock. So I got to get this in. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this short commercial break. Here, over the road going from race to race, I get to see a lot of shops. And I love the way the folks at O'Hagan's Carts and Supplies help keep their customers rolling under the checkered flag. Great parts selection, awesome customer service, and a custom fab shop make O'Hagan's the racer's edge. So stop by today and see for yourself why O'Hagan's Carts and Supplies is the racer's edge. You can find them on Facebook, or you can call them at 209-201-1829 and tell them that Terry Bridges sent you. All right, so we're just a couple minutes away from our In the Seat. Guest brought to you by Ford Cook Designs. Ford Cook down in Dixon, California.